I am doing This Week in Astrology. This is for the week of June 22nd through 29th, 2024. Well, it is time to change. As the sun hit its longest day in the sky, if you are in the Northern Hemisphere, now we embrace the many kinds of change that are calling to our hearts as bringing us into a stronger connection with our deepest self. The dances of Mercury squaring Chiron and Saturn returning retrograde in Pisces pulls us back and forth between the conscious and the unconscious worlds. We are trying to blend the ideas of the mental world with our gut instincts. On June 24th, the moon will go into Aquarius, beginning this journey in earnest. The objective mind's eye of Aquarius turns its gaze and focus on what we are currently feeling and what is being asked to be embraced in a new way. On June 26th, Venus will square the nodes and the moon will go into Pisces. It appears as if the moon decides to intercept the sun, and this deepens our resolve and allows us to invite ourselves to expand into a larger space. Healing often requires us to expand. Disease causes us to contract. That is why after the summer solstice, we are being asked to expand, just like those fruits getting sweet and ripe. The more we expand, the nicer we become. The more we embrace the moment as perfect, the sweeter life tastes. Normally, a square is a place of tension because we feel as if we will need to spring into a new place, and to leap, we have to push hard on the ground first. But squares can also be interpreted as a doorway into a new perspective or a secret passage into more depth. We are in the sign of Cancer, which is the goddess of the moon, and she opens wide her arms to embrace us with love and nurturing. She embraces all that we are, not just the good parts we want others to hear. She can embrace our wounded and exhausted selves. She can compassionately embrace our inner child that needs more attention and care. She reminds us that we need to be fully present in our body and allow our body to express what it feels without the mind stopping the flows that are just a natural part of life. She reminds us that it is the mind that generates the walls that block us from becoming whole. And now it is time to take them down, because walls also restrict the healing that is being offered by the universe, which is exactly what we don't want to do. Mercury will square Chiron on June 28th, 2024. Chiron is in Aries and Mercury is in Cancer. This creates a type of standoff intended to force us to unravel an old agenda in favor of something more healing for our soul. Mercury embraces thoughts, ideas, our own voice internally, and what we believe. Chiron intends to transmute suffering into healing and eventually wisdom. Chiron in Aries forces us to look at ourselves and how our internal beliefs have shaped how others see us, for good or bad. For some, what we realized others saw has given us a powerful incentive to make some major changes. For others, it has given us the confidence, determination, and courage to do the hard work to make the big changes that we know are going to be necessary for our future self and happiness. To the shock of many, the unconscious selves and narratives have been somewhat shocking to behold. What has been clearly lacking is, in a large part of the population, has been discernment, and that is where the mind and Mercury now come into play. This square illuminates the dysfunction, vulnerabilities, and insecurities that had been hidden, and now it is time to face what we have revealed with confidence, courage, and compassion. Saturn will go retrograde in Pisces on June 29th, 2024. Saturn loves to point out where we are not being responsible. Saturn going into retrograde gives us the chance to reevaluate our previous choices and decisions. Perhaps what we chose is not working. Perhaps it is a moment when the path has not changed, but we realize that we have changed. Clearly, we are being pushed in a new direction, and we have to learn how to allow our spiritual self to show us connections that are necessary for success. We have 5 months to get this all straightened out. That is how long the retrograde will last. We are being asked to renew our commitment to our spiritual selves. This cosmic shift is illuminating our need to embrace more of our human experience and to help us see what we once were, we no longer are. So, it is time to have the courage to step past our old self drop that coat on the path and allow our new skin to shine brightly in the light. Thanks, everyone.